Actually, you shouldn't even say 20. You're just a rant. I just realized that. Let me just... There we go. Just delete that. Yeah, different title. Boom. Oh, shit. We're started. So, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I did not watch the Cowboy Bebop live action adaptation that Netflix made because as you know, come on, the one thing that kind of sucks when it comes to being a part of the anime community is that we just have to acknowledge and accept that we just don't get good live adaptations. Not really. We're basically in the phase of our lives when it comes to live adaptations as to where gaming was about 20 plus years ago. Do you remember the freaking Super Mario Brothers movie way back when in the 90s? That was horrible. I sometimes forget that movie exists, except when I'm talking about live adaptations. But then when you get movies such as, Sonic the Hedgehog, which actually did a really great job with his live action, or the most recent Mortal Kombat, which it's not like that movie's groundbreaking or anything, but it was a fun movie. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it, and I like the references and the hype for the potential of a second one. Also, make sure The Miz is playing as Johnny Cage. If they do not choose The Miz, then I'm not going to watch it. Yeah, I said it. Okay, I'm probably still going to watch it, but I'll be just vastly disappointed. Anyway, hey everyone, what's up? I am CTB Emotionless, you can call me Savage, and welcome to Thine Channel, where I make content about anime and video games. Speaking of which, I will be starting a new playthrough of Pokemon Shining Pearl. Yeah, that's going to be started on Wednesday, baby. Today is Monday. Yeah, it's Monday. So, you got something to look forward to in 2 days. Well, tomorrow's going to be the top stuff, but let's be real, that's not as cool as video games. So, yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. Anyway, let's get started with this video. Yeah, I already did the intro. Did I? Yeah, I did. By the way, I do, of course, upload every single day. That means daily. Daily means every day. Look at that loop. It goes in a circle. That being said, please be sure to hit that notification bell so you can be kept up to date whenever I upload a video for you beautiful people. Please, I'm trying to really grow this channel. I want to hit 1K subs at some point this year. I'm tired of never making content and then not getting subs because I don't make content. I'm going to be making content every single day, so subscribe. Do it. So as you know, live adaptations are destined to fail in the United States when it comes to anime. At this point, I actually have no idea why we do it in the West. I really don't know why. I think we should just stop it, and maybe, just maybe, we would actually be a little bit happier in this world. But alas, that's not going to happen. And instead of, just bitching and complaining about how horrible Dragonball Evolution was, about how abhorrent Death Note was, about just how god awful Cowboy Bebop was. And I don't remember Ghost in the Shell. I didn't watch that movie with Scarlett Johansson. Someone let me know if that was good or not. And when I mean let me know if it was good, don't just outright just compare it to the anime, because I really know it's not gonna be as good as the anime. Just let me know for a live adaptation if it was alright. Like how I feel about Sonic, basically, where I was actually or the way I feel about Mortal Kombat in 2021, where it's it wasn't groundbreaking, it wasn't super good, but it was enjoyable. Let me know if Ghost in the Shell, the live adaptation, was pretty darn good. Thanks. But anyway, let's actually discuss about why these movies in the first place fail. Because, dude, they literally gave you the blueprints on how to do this movie, about the characters, about how they feel, about, the messaging around their story. They literally hand you the blueprint, a done thing. You see that this thing is successful. All you got to do is just copy it. Copy and paste. But, you change it a little bit to, make it look different. Not actually be different. Alright, I'm gonna be completely honest. I think a lot of the time the directors and even the actors a part of these live adaptations, they have never read the manga, nor have they watched the anime. And if they lie to you and say that they did, well, guess what? In reality, they didn't understand the message of the series, nor did they even understand the ending of the series, and that is why it is boo-boo butter. Like, I wish I could actually argue in saying that they're actually trying their best to make the movie pretty darn good and entertaining, while also having the key elements of the original series the way it is. For example, Mortal Kombat, where, let's be real, the movie, like I said, wasn't super groundbreaking. Was, oh god. Like Mortal Kombat, for example, it wasn't super groundbreaking or revolutionary in the filming industry and such as that. They just simply followed the games the best they could. To, still it has, some cool, ridiculous things. I mean, some, people got to die. It's Mortal Kombat, but at the same time, they made sure that they stuck to the source material as closely as possible. Yes, they added an extra character who isn't in the games at all, but listen, they didn't make that character feel like an invincible force, such like it didn't feel like he was just the main character. It felt like, because Mortal Kombat does have such a vast amount of characters and they all have their own story, you kind of got to pay attention to all of them. They were able to implement his character in a way where I still care about Sonya Blade's character, I care about Jax, I still care about the hell Shang Tsung's doing, all of that. It's good. It's good. We like that. So it's weird when we see something like, Dragonball Evolution exist the way that it does. Are you sure you've ever watched Dragon Ball at all? Because what the hell is Goku doing in high school? Seriously? No, seriously. Like, why? Why would they do that? How come Krillin doesn't even exist? Things like that. So it feels like whenever it comes to these guys who make live adaptations and such as that, they do not look at the original source material. They kind of just get the gist of what it's all about and they just did it. It's sort of like they read a synopsis on this series and then they wrote the script based off the synopsis. No, I'm freaking serious. That's how it feels like whenever I watch a live adaptation. I feel even worse for Death Note, because even if you read that synopsis, they would know that Light was a genius. But now this Light in the live adaptation, he's just a regular guy, just like you and me. Isn't that cool? Yeah, relatable. Yeah, we're not here to relate to Light Yamagi. No one relates to that dude. That dude's a freaking genius. You know how many people out there actually think that they're like Light? Yeah, those people tend to be insufferable and kind of assholes. Ask me how I know. I go on Twitter a lot. I'm not going to give you my Twitter because I'm mean on Twitter and I don't want anyone to see that. Another issue that I do have with a lot of live adaptations too is that they try to westernize it. They try to make it a little bit more appealing to the American audiences or the the Brits. Like, who actually, let's be real, who cares about the Brits? But they try to appeal to Western audiences in some way, shape, or form, and that just doesn't really work out when it comes to live adaptations at all, because majority of the time when it comes to anime, it's not actually meant to appeal to the Western audience. If the Western audience if the Western audience ends up liking it, that's like a neat bonus to those in Japan. However, whenever they make something, it's completely meant to be for their audience, the Japanese audience, and that is who they're trying to appeal to. So the issue is when you try to westernize it for the for the Western audience to watch, a lot of the jokes don't really land, because let's be real, the people who are watching these movies are actually fans of the original franchise, so they're going to go check it out and see it, and then they're going to hear jokes that, for example, like, okay, Light Yamagi wouldn't make a joke at all, so why is he making a joke here? Oh right, because he's not a genius anymore, he's just a regular schmuck just like the rest of us. Such stuff like that. So it looks like they basically try to make it so we can relate to him or her, whoever the character is, but it tends to just fall flat because there's a lot of Japanese humor that goes into, like, that they actually implement into their series, or the complexity, the way they like to deliver their message. The way they deliver their messages in films are way different. Even Japanese horror films are extremely different in comparison to the way that the American style is. Like, I'm gonna be real, Japan has made me afraid to talk to freaking strangers. Yep, I don't like talking to strangers anymore because of that damn culture. More of the story in vast majority of Japan's like folklore with ghosts and demons is just don't talk to people you don't know. If you don't know that guy, don't talk to him. It's your best bet. And ever since now, I don't even say hi to people I walk by, even people I've known for 13 years in California. I sit there, I look at them, and I don't say shit because they might be a demon trying to kill me. I don't know. Thanks, Japan. You made me paranoid. But yeah, that's my main concern, really. This is actually my big concern when it comes to live adaptations, is the fact that they try to appeal to American audiences rather than trying to stick to the original source. And you know, honestly, I bet if they try to appeal to Japanese audiences, that movie would have done better in regards to ratings, because now we're like, oh yeah, this is something that this character would say or do. And you have to make sure you get the personality right, and you know, so. But it looks like they try really hard to just make random schmuck Bill love it. Like, why are you making a movie for Sarah? Like, she likes action, but she's not an anime nerd, so she's just only seeing it because her boyfriend wants to go watch it, and that guy loves this freaking series. And guess what? Even then, he thought it was horrible, and she thought it was horrible because you decided to go with the Western appeal, and it just falls flat for what kind of story that is supposed to be being conveyed in the first place. I said that weird, but I'm gonna pretend like I didn't, moving forward. And last but not least, okay, this one's not too much of a big deal, but it's so weird how directors nowadays and, you know, executive producers such as that, they cannot handle criticism when it comes to their live adaptations. It's like they're trying to break the glass ceiling in film with this live adaptation, trying to say that, guess what, those racist, white, you know, freaking homophobic males won't like this movie. And they say stuff like that, which outright's just like, hey, you're isolating a group of people in that audience. Guess what? I'm not a white guy, but when I hear you bashing like a white guy over a movie that hasn't even come out yet, that you haven't even released out into the public, it makes me go, all right, I kind of don't want to support this movie that much. Now I'm looking at this in a negative way, because now I'm thinking you're going to try to do some SJW crap to my beloved franchise. You're going to change some of my favorite beloved characters to fit your objective, you know, your narrative and stuff like that, when it's like, that's not what that character is all about. This character is all about inner struggle and such as that. It's not an outside struggle. I'm so tired of like watching like an anime, or, you know, bringing up, you know, a reboot of a series, and like, let's say there was actually a black character in that series, and guess what, that character was freaking awesome, they were dope, and their own struggles was like something that was unique to them and such as that. And then they, you know, we get a reboot or a live adaptation or whatever, and it's a black guy, and it always has to come down to something about racism. And I'm just like, dude, I don't care about that. That's not what this character is about. This character doesn't even deal with that at all inside the show. Why are you making it here? And we already know why. You're trying to send a message about it, blah blah blah. It's for yourself. It's not for the actual movie or for the character. And that is a big no. It's lame. Stop. And I'm telling you to stop, because you're going to do it again, and then there's going to be a bunch of people like, I don't know, freaking Quartering of all people, who makes a take on a film that he hasn't even seen yet, or he's going to say it's going to fail, and it probably isn't, like whatever. Make a bad take on the thing without knowing anything about it, but it's going to get clicks, and then more people are just going to have that opinion about it just because some other guy with a bigger channel says so. And I'm gonna be real, sometimes dude is right about that stuff, and it kind of pisses me off because I don't want him to be right about that stuff. I want to give benefit of the doubt to some of the things that he say and just be like, no, you fuckwit, you're wrong. But guess what? When you guys prove him right by making, you know, your subjective narrative in our films, we're just like, dude, stop proving these people right. But it is what it is. Anyway, sorry for that last bit of rambling. First of all, respect to the Quartering. I do, of course, you know, respect his grind. He uploads way too much for me. I don't even watch, I'm not even subscribed, nor do I really watch his channel. Like, I know I've seen a few things here and there, but whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, cookies and milk. And please join me again tomorrow for some wonderful content. I think it's supposed to be the top stuff. I don't remember, but I think that's what's going to be uploaded tomorrow. And I'll see you guys next time. Jane.